Well, welcome there, everybody. How's everybody doing? Happy 4th of July there. Hope everybody's doing well. Hello, Brian. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing, my friend?
Wonderful, wonderful. Doing good. Enjoying my evening here, playing with my dolls, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah. Hello, Barb. Hello, Tess H. Hello, Rebecca. Welcome to the show. Don't forget, you can support me by sending stars. They help me to make more content. Pay for subscriptions and ads and everything. Hello, Pamela. Crazy Witch. What's going on? Kelly H. Kelly H has got a show coming up tomorrow. Hello, Standing Stones. So, yes, Russell. Hey, y'all. What's going on? Joanne, welcome there. I'm looking around my dolls to catch the names here. Yes, I have been conjuring up my dolls here. So, for some reason, my sound sounds off. I do not know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. So, we will test that a little bit there. It sounds a little bit better. Yes. Sounds a little more like Grizzly. Happy 4th of July, Kelly. Get out to everybody and you both. So, yeah. So, Brian, FDL Paranormal has got me playing with my dolls, and I've got more dolls. And I just got done doing a session, and so I went around and turned off all my electronics, my power strips, and I already got a laughing emoji already. Unbelievable. So anyway, so I got my new dolls out, and I was like, okay, now we are going to do this, right? And we're going to act like civil doll. And I'm like talking to them like, yeah. And I'm like, what am I doing? This is ignorant. So I go around with my EMF detector and I do a baseline to make sure to show everybody that there is no electricity go to any of my electronics, and there is zero. So I show them that. And I have to tape things down, ladies and gentlemen, because they actually will be thrown or tossed and everything around. But anyways, so during this process, yes, I know, Kelly, thank you. But I was on the phone doing a conference call of a face chat with somebody, and they're like, "What was that?" And I'm like, "You saw that, right? You saw that, right? You did see that, right?" They're like, "What? That was a doll." I'm like, "Yeah, it just committed suicide. It just like got launched off the top of my studio and landed next to my mouse, next to my right hand." They're like, I have heard you say that, but I've never witnessed that. That just like, and it was with force. I'm like, yeah, I know, right? It actually did. It actually happened. And I was like, yeah, I try to tell you guys, it happens. And next thing you know, another one did it. And he was like, you're just sitting there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sitting here. And I'm like, I think I just messed myself. And he's laughing. I was like, it's not funny. He's like, I would have never believed it until I just saw it. I'm like, I know. I'm like, I try to tell people. So I don't know if it's Jackie getting mad and kicking them off the top of the studio desk. I have no idea. But I am thinking about taping all these sons of guns together and just making them all one happy bunch. But anyways, so I got this one doll. I don't know what kind of doll it is. Brian's never seen this doll, but I'm going to show you this doll. Hello, Cat. Hello, Standing Stones. Yeah, so welcome. Welcome to the show with Easter Brooks. Yes. So check out this doll. Now, let me see if I can blow myself up. And waka! There we go. Now, check this doll out. The head turned. That scared the hell out of me. Turn back around. Don't do that to me. Now, this doll, when you lay it, look at its eyes. And when you lay it down, the eyes close. And it is handmade, the clothing and everything on it. Now, this is another estate doll.
When did you get that one?
I got that a couple of days ago. It's all handmade, the clothing and all. So, yes. So that was the one I did tonight, talk to. Now, I don't know if I got any activity out of it, but look at the damn eyes on. Now, does that, now who in the hell would get that to their children? That does not look right.
Are the eyes painted on?
No. And when you lay it down, they close. See how they close?
Oh, okay.
And they
they're
change
they're
colors.
mechanical.
Yes, and they change colors when you lay down, they turn red. Now, ladies and gentlemen, who in the right mind would put eyeballs in a doll that changes colors when you lay it down, it turns colors and changes to red?
Yeah, that's
So I don't know. I don't know if that's a porcelain or plastic. I can't tell. I have no idea. But it's got eyelashes. But I don't know. So I'll play with that one tonight. Now, this is another one I got. Now, this is handmade. This, where'd you go? Are you still here? So then my computer was acting up. It's like my computer was turned off, no power, and it showed me battery life on my computer during the session. And I'm like, what in the world? And it's never done that before. Hi, Tammy. Welcome to the show. Now, here's the other one. Now, this one's got a smirk on its face. I don't know why.
that one feels incredibly mischievous.
Well, I don't know. It's handmade as well.
I don't know why with that one there. The first word that popped in my head was gypsy.
So, but I don't know if it's a Christmas ornament because it's got this thing on there, and that reminds me of a Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
Or do you hang it on your doorknob? I don't know.
Or your rearview mirror.
Oh, don't say that. I would not hang this thing on my rearview mirror. So, yes, Tammy Johnson, I know. Yeah, so. And she's Dutch, maybe in a coffee shop. Yeah, okay. She is. That's what I thought. Dutch or Switzerland, yes.
Yeah.
The cat said the second one looks sneaky. I know, doesn't she? So I didn't get to play with that one. But I was telling Brian before the show, I don't know. So I'm getting activity when I'm doing these sessions. But the problem is I don't know if it's Jackie doing them or if it's these dolls doing them. So I was gonna go out in the woods and film tonight, but since it's 4th of July, everybody's shooting their guns in the country, so I don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
Now this one's handmade and there's no age to it, and this is an estate doll. Now this one's got to be old because it's hand painted, but it's weird. Check this one out.
Wow. That one's cute.
Why is everything the people at the Billies keep looking? But it's all handmade.
Yeah. The grandmother made that for the granddaughter.
Hello, Brianna. Welcome to the show.
Same. Brianna Rose.
Yeah, she's not really bad. She just painted that way. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Looks are deceiving, right?
Yeah.
So, Tammy,
Yeah.
wow, that one, it is different. So, what's weird, though, is that, I take my...
Whoa. Now there's no sound. think the spirits have kind of cut his audio or played with his audio. So you're muted. I think one of the dolls muted him.
It just muted my mic. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did I not tell you this crap plays with my electronics? I had both hands holding this. There's no way that I could have muted my mic. What did I tell you? Ping pong head. Well, it's not a ping pong, but it's damn close enough. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, there is something about these dolls that freaked me out because I saw my mic turned off.
Wow.
So, yeah, you're muted. Grizzly, we cannot hear you. I did not notice that until I looked down and saw my mic muted.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling. They mess about electronics.
Oh, they love doing that.
Jody Jenkins, yeah, welcome to the show, Jody. Nice to have you. So, Crazy Witch, yeah, you got to come over to the studio, Crazy Witch. I think you'd have a good time. Yeah, there is no sound, Kelly. I know. Tell me. I bet some people love to have me muted. Yes.
Oh, come on. We love to hear your voice.
So, but no, man, I'm telling you, there is something with these things. I don't know what it is. So I've got some, ladies and gentlemen. I wish Irene was in here. I bought some from an estate from Japan.
Wow.
And I don't know. So how I get these dolls, I look. I just don't buy these dolls to buy them. Something tells me to purchase them. I'll scroll through there and scroll and scroll and scroll. And there's some of them looks really creepy. I'm not going to lie to you that it looks like it would have some, but it don't mean nothing. And I'll come to some dolls and they're just like, stop. And it's like, you need to buy this one or these. I don't know. It's just weird and hard to explain.
Yeah.
But that's how I buy some of these dolls. And I keep saying I'm not going to buy any, but I do.
That sounds
so
like
I got to figure out. Yeah, I got to figure out what's causing what. So what we're trying to do is debunk attachments to these dolls. Now, one of the dolls I'm uploading tomorrow has got her name Cindy written on the bottom of the doll.
Yeah.
And it is handmade. And I actually specifically asked questions about Cindy, and I actually got responses. So yes, they chose you. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. It probably maybe. I'm still kind of leery about this stuff. But it's weird. Now, Tammy and Rebecca, y'all crack me up. But what do you think about it, Brian?
Well, I think it is because of where they are. They see you as not just a talk show host and that, but they see you as a light beacon. And they think, oh, good, we can communicate with him, or we can have some fun with him. Like no one wants to play with us. So let's go to him. He's got a joyful personality anyway. So let's have a little bit of fun, like a good old times. Like nothing negative. It's just that childlike, stuff in that. But I think when it comes to the other ones, I think it's more like childish. Like they like playing pranks, like making the dolls fly off and land next to your mouse, and that they get a big kick when they see how you jump. They, oh, that's funny. Let's do it again. That type of thing. Like nothing malicious, just a kind of a nuisance.
So Jody, so FDL Paranormal and myself, we teamed up, and every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, we have a show together. And we
Beautiful.
have doing the show on haunted vessels or haunted dolls or things that have attachments to it.
Yeah.
And what we do is we try to figure out why these things have attachments. And we use ghost ball. Well, we call them ghost balls, but they're cat balls, which I have to take mine down because if not, they actually get thrown at me on my shows. Which everybody have seen that's watched my shows. I have to tape them to my mics or to my hands because if not, they hit me in the head. They land and hurt. My cell phones, I have to use. Yes. One filming, I had the ghost ball get ripped off the chest of a doll, and you actually heard and saw it. The tape get ripped. I use sticky, icky, wicky tape. So yes, and this is extra sticky. So, but no, it's a very interesting show, and if you've never seen it, tune in. So we try to edit out the boring parts, but my parts I don't edit. That's how much activity I have. So I'm trying to figure out is it one attachment to the 4 dolls I originally bought that started all this, it's causing all this mischief, or is it different dolls with different attachments? Now, I have a panel that Brian is with or is upon as a panel with psychic mediums or people with abilities, and I'll sometimes show people, and of course that's not going to matter because I'm moving it myself, but it just went off. Is that here, just to show her for an example, watch your all's ears.
Yeah. You got multiple dolls, you got multiple attachments. It's not all just one entity. There's a bunch of little girls of different ages and different timelines.
So let me take this down so it does not move. This way you can see it.
That's exposed.
But what happens is we want to know what's causing this. So we use different electronics, EVPs, and so forth to try to debunk things. Now, sometimes, some things won't happen, right? So, but with me, I always get activity. So we are trying to figure out what's causing mine. And I try not to show the dolls to the panel with people with abilities because here's what happens. Why are you showing me that? And it's like, why? Like, that's got attachments. And it's like, well, you need to show me that before you buy. Like, what am I supposed to do? Walk around the antique store, be like, hey, should I buy this or that or whatnot? So that just got turned off, by the way. I just heard it click. So I want to tap it just to make sure. Told you. What'd I tell you? It got turned off. Is that not wild? And then they turn things off on me, just like my mic. So... interesting.
Just like little kids, they like to do stuff like that.
I mean, I just don't get it. But yeah, so we try to debunk things. So what I'm going to do after next week is I'm actually going to go out in the woods with my dolls, and I am going to actually tape mine in the woods and do a filming in the dark with the EMF detector and everything else. Sorry about the noise, ladies and gentlemen. I'm taking this one away.
I think we'll get a lot of activity out there too, especially with one of them, especially.
The bad thing about it, like I said, the reason why I'm not doing it tonight is because this one's got a different button where they cannot turn off unless you go inside. So there we go. We'll just try to put it up there just a little bit to where y'all can't even see that one. But let me mute my mic just for a second so where I don't tear y'all's ears up.
Yeah, Standing Stone says make sure that you spray up those lots of mosquitoes. They're ghosts of mosquitoes. Now, there's one person here that asked for a reading. If I ever get a chance to do so, I'll send you my link to my profile, and you can contact me directly if you like. But if you got I'm trying to find your comment. Ah, nuts! I don't see it. No, sorry, I don't see your comments. You might have to request again. I tried finding it, but I can't find it. But I did get something, but 8 p.m. That's good. Yeah, I think it's sent or something. I can't remember her last name. Oh, come on, where the heck are you? Sandra, where are you, Sandra?
My mic just muted again. Did you see my mic muted? So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it just muted itself again. Yes, it is. It is. So yeah. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to turn my fan on. It's getting hot in here.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my link to the page that I'm part of, and you can request in that way.
So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's wild in the. I'm going to touch the cat ball. I think I just heard it click. I'm not for sure. Okay, it didn't click. It's still on. All right. So.
Okay, put in private chat the link to the page that I'm part of.
Yeah, and I'll copy and paste it for you.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. This is the page for Southwest Yorkshire Paranormal Team, which I'm on their team. I'm one of the mediums, and that. But you can contact me through that.
Cat ball's going off. I knew it wouldn't take long. Never does fail.
Sandra said, "I'm a skeptic, but I would."
I would burn those dogs. That's the worst thing you can do is burn them.
You can't burn. You can't burn a vessel because the spirit wouldn't have anything to go back to. See, that's a kind of a place where they come from, and if you burn that whatever it is, then they have nowhere to go. They're kind of like a spiritual homeless.
Yeah,
and what will happen
not me,
is
but
the person
yeah,
that
but
burned it will be the new host. So no burning, absolutely not. And you're muted again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Is that not ironic? What I'm saying is, what I was trying to say, you cannot burn them because they can go into you. That's a possibility. They got to go to somewhere.
Yeah, they become homeless.
You're supposed to hang on. Being muted scared me again. You're supposed to bind them and so forth. Now I cleanse mine with holy water and so forth. Jody, what happens if they need help to get to heaven? So I actually did a live TikTok session with my dolls and had cameras set up in my studio and left the studio and had a spirit box going. And then I had somebody check in and I was like, what's going on? And then like, you're not going to believe it. And I'm like, what? And it said, it's saying your name over and over, Grizzly. And I'm like, no. And it kept saying, not human. I'm like, no, it's not. So I ran to the other end of the house and cracked the door, and I'd be damned if it didn't. And I was like, the hell with that, man. I threw holy water everywhere on there, every one of those dolls, and it scared. Oh, cat ball's going off.
Yep.
So yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the people on the board. Once we do a few more shows with FDL Paranormal, Kelly is actually coming on our paranormal show tomorrow with Paranormal Plus. It's going to be interesting, and talk about her encounters. But and we're going to go through a couple of dolls and have them explain to me if they have any attachments to it and what they can pick up. And so I can try to write these down, because I cannot. I'm bad with memory. I'm not very good.
Yeah, I've come across.
All right, so I don't know what part you did or did not hear, but I was saying is that I have a rough time remembering stuff, so I got to figure out. I don't know. This is wild. I've never been muted that many times on a show back to back.
They're playing around with you. They're having a ball.
So, and you're right, Jody. Sometimes people, when they die suddenly, and Brian can elaborate more on this. Sometimes people don't know they're dead.
Yeah, I've come across some people. See, it depends on how they pass. If they know they passed or not. Like if they pass naturally, yes, they know that they've passed and they've gone on to the higher side of life. But others, let's say if they're murdered or they get hit by a car, or if there's something traumatic, and that let's say 1 minute they're alive, next that's it, and that, or in some cases, and let's say if you fell asleep and had a heart attack, you left the physical body, naturally you would not know that you passed. I know I've come across people that have had that, and a lot of them, they don't know that they passed, or either they are not aware of it, they're in denial of it, and that, or they go, oh no, I don't believe in that stuff, I'm fine, just let me go back to sleep, I'll wake up, everything's going good, and that. But when they finally come to the realization that yes, they have left the physical body, that's when they go, oh, wasn't my time.
Hey, Mary, happy 4th of July to you too.
And that a lot of the times, and that's when they'll go to a medium, okay, because where they are now, they can see you as a bright light, and they think, oh, I can get some help, but they don't know how to go about doing it. Okay, some of them are actually kind of embarrassed, like they would be in the physical, and that. But one guy, about 3 years ago, this one guy, he fell asleep. He's only in his 50s. He fell asleep. He had a heart attack. When he got up, he couldn't figure out why no one would respond to him. Well, finally, my boss Derek did it through a reading. Got that. He goes, well, with Brian being an empath medium, maybe he can talk to him. I said, well, my guide will explain to him in that. By the end of the live stream, my guide was able to help this individual cross over. And then the guy said, well, if I cross over, can I come back in visitation? And my guide said, absolutely. I said, that's your free will. And that, so question is getting the medium to explain to the person, okay, you're no longer in a physical body, and that time for you to cross over to the higher side of life. But in time, you can come back in visitation, and I thought it'd be a very beautiful experience to help them, but also to help the families as well, let them know that okay, your relative has passed, but they're doing just fine. So yeah, so basically, to me, it doesn't really make a difference how the person passed. In time, you can help them.
Cat ball alert. I felt the electricity on that one is like static electricity. And there's some people that just do not want to go to the light and that want to stick around this realm.
Yeah, like they're having too much fun down here. They've had too many fun experiences down here, or they could because of fear, because they were not good in life, or they did out of guilt, or they did out of obligation, like soldiers. You've heard of survivor's guilt. But a soldier that passes, would still have that guilt. It's like, I have no right to go to
Right.
heaven because my buddies aren't there. There's many things.
Right. And Jody, that's one thing that I want to learn about the dolls that I have in my possession. So a quick rundown how I got involved with some of these dolls. And what happened is I was in Madison, Indiana with my parents in an antique store.
Okay.
And I was walking down the aisle, and while I was walking,
Excuse me, sir. Hello.
and I stopped and I turned around. And I thought there was a child behind me. And I turned around, nobody was there. And I was like, oh, it's a small store. It was probably a kid in another aisle or somewhere. Well, I didn't think much of it. I looked to my right, and there was these dolls. And we're talking big dolls, like 18, 22 inches tall dolls on stands. And I was like, hey, lady, and of course, being rude, I should have said that. I should have said, hey, man, when you have a second. I was excited because, we're doing this paranormal show. And I thought, man, these would be great props. And I was like, ma'am, I'm going to buy 2 of these dolls. She said 4. I said 2. She said 4. I said 2. I said, ma'am, I only want to buy 2. She said, if you want to buy any of these dolls, you got to buy them all together as a lot. And I was like, I don't want to buy all 4. I'm going to buy 2. She's like, look, I cannot separate them. But if you want to buy them, I'll make you a good deal. And I was like, I was getting aggravated. I was like, all right, what's the deal? And she made me a deal, and I undercut her a little bit more. I was like, she ain't going to do it. She did it. And I was like, what the hell? So I was like, I ended up buying 4. And on the way out, there was this another doll. It was a topsy-turvy doll. It was an African-American underneath and a Caucasian handmade one on top. Topsy-turvy. And that was in a glass case. And it was like, buy me. And I was like, ooh, I want that one too, because that one looked awful hoary and gory. So my intentions were, and all these 4 dolls, is I was going to go home, put some makeup on them. In each show, I was going to be like, hey, look what I got. Y'all get to name this doll. We're going to have fun with each doll on each show. Did you hear that? Did you all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
My whole floor shook.
Yeah, but I had energy there. I'm not surprised.
It was 3 knocks. Kelly, you heard that too?
Why would you hang around down there?
It was thump, thump, thump.
Yeah. So and you know that then they're there. I can
That
acknowledge
was 36, 30 something. I mean, my whole damn floor shook.
Okay.
But anyways, I was going to disrespect these dolls, and it didn't. And I found out later through another interview dealing with somebody else that had abilities I didn't know. That scared the hell out of me, ladies and gentlemen.
No surprise.
Damn, I can't even catch my breath.
Yeah. We see, Jody, when it comes to people, some people, even though they go to heaven, and that they have what is known as strong, like we have our own free will, and if we had so many beautiful experiences down here, or you have responsibilities or commitments down here, we retain that. So when we go to heaven, we'll say, oh, I want to go back down and make sure everybody down there is okay. So basically, they want to check out. They'll go back up in their time, and that. Now, Sandra, how do you know the difference between malevolent or something that's demonic? Usually, you have what known as a gut feeling, and your spirit guide or guardian angel, whatever your faith is, and that will give you that intellect to tell you, okay, if it's malevolent, if it's malevolent, you'll feel good about it. You'll feel good about it. You think, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. It's fine. It's nothing bad. But if it's demonic or something malevolent, okay, chances are you'll get an uneasy feeling, sickness in your stomach. You get all the signs that something negative, and And then, so that's how you can tell good and bad, malevolent to malevolent. Is this basically that sixth sense that you have? It's kind of a spidey sense kind of thing.
Man, that turned my stomach inside out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm freaked out about that one. My whole floor
my
shook.
hand burns sometimes when I get spirit in my hand.
Hey, Yolanda.
It could be what if your cousin at any time might have burned his hands or part of his hand at one time, and that's what is known as thought transfer. So basically, you're taking on his condition. That could be it. I'm not saying that is, but that could be it. Okay, well, I wish there was a simple procedure to switch to mediumship. I'd love it. Well, Jody, I got some good news for you. We're all born with an ability, okay? But we don't know what ability until we actually research it. And the best way to research it, I'd recommend, is going to a reputable medium, okay, that can teach you, and also meditation is a good way to link to your spirit guide. And so, but be prepared for it. It's a lifelong journey, and you learn a little bit as you go. Like I have, you think I know everything? I don't think so. Yeah, meditation and education.
Yeah, Kat. Think of roots coming out of your feet, love and light. That's what I'm trying to do right now. It ain't working. Oh my God.
I love this guy.
I don't. Yeah. My heart. Yep, meditation. It's hard for me to Jody to meditate. And my mind's always racing. So
like a racetrack.
It's hard. So yeah. But what's got me really concerned is after those hard 3 bangs and the vibration is like the cat ball's not going off. Nothing's going on right now. And it's like, I'm like, what's going to happen next? So that's what's got me nervous.
Well, one thing, whenever you hear knocks or things move or whatever, one thing I just want to throw this out to you is that naturally, if you're no longer in the physical body, you can't just pick something up and make it move and do all kind of stuff. You can't do it anymore because you haven't got a physical body. But when you're in the spirit body, did you know all you have to do is think about touching something or thinking about moving something, and did you know that the spirit can actually manipulate energy in order to make a sound, to make something move, just by mere thought, just like when it comes to getting around. All they have to do, and that is think about a location, think about a place where they like to be, and in less than half a minute, they're there.
That's
just
wild,
just by thinking about it.
Yeah, I've tried that many times. I can't do it tonight. Too many gunshots and fireworks going off.
yeah, tell me, bud.
So that's why I'm not out in the woods filming right now. So yes.
On Monday, I think it was. Oh, sorry, not Monday. On Saturday, because it was the 1st of July, Canada's birthday, and we had fireworks that scared the crap out of Mackie.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Believe it or not, here in Mississauga, there's only certain places we are allowed to let off fireworks, and that's not near any buildings. What do the kids do? The opposite.
Yeah. Hey, Tim, welcome to the show. To move through is no blinds of material. There you go. Jody, action is reaction. I like Newton's cradle as a good example of that. So yes, you're on the right path. Rebecca, they'll probably use all the energy for the knocks. Yeah, that was, I tell you what it felt like, Rebecca. It felt like a damn hammer.
Yeah,
that's like how hard it was. Yes.
Yeah.
And I felt it through my butt cheeks. I'm sorry for saying that.
That's
But
fine.
yes.
Yeah. But now they got to build that energy back up.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. That's why nothing's going off from my
Exactly,
mic's
because they
not
use
being
so much
muted.
energy to boom, to throw things around. Now they've got to wait until they build up that energy in order to perform again. And for them, that can be kind of frustrating. Because think, oh no, we got to chill for a few minutes until we get the the energy back.
Bigfoot on their house. Well, that just what I. Thanks, Rebecca. Now I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. Kelly, since I've been watching the show, my nose has been itching again. Well, Kelly, your
Spirit
nose is gonna
energy.
be itching to hell and back tomorrow. We're gonna talk about all your kind of
Oh yeah,
experiences.
yeah. I'm intrigued
Sure,
about the
no,
burning
that's not
hands
what
thing.
did you see what Stacy just wrote? I can't believe that. Yes, I know it. Hey, if I did something like that, I would have holes in my britches and holes in my seat cushions. So New England dirt roadie, I can't meditate because I have really hard time with endless empty void in my head. I'm the opposite. My mind's constantly racing. Is what am I going to do next? What I got to get done? What I got to get fixed? What I got to get advertisements? What show I got to get propped? And who I got to get in line? The link sent out to. So I'm the opposite. Yolanda, you are not going into the ditch right now. Yeah, good try. Kelly, LOL, right?
Yeah.
A lot of psychic memes, nose itches when spirits around. I know, it's exactly right.
Yeah, because they're sensitive there.
Rebecca, it's common in the editor. Wait, will you call me old now? What the? Wait, let's talk about this. Stace cracks me up. Go into the heart. Yeah, you have to. Tim, they want to star you like it was in the spirit. It's very funny to scare the living. Yeah, they do. They get a kick out of it. Entertainment for the spirits, basically
like
probably malevolent. It could be.
Malevolent,
yes, Yolanda.
No, it's malevolent. It's childlike or childish. What do you call my? Oh, I can't remember.
Well, there are standing stones out of nowhere. He comes out of the dark abyss.
Oh, okay. The ghost house or something.
So
we had a bonanza.
Kelly's got a lot going on. Well, I'm glad they entertained you all because man, they scare the bejeebies out of me sometimes.
Yeah,
yes, Three Knox is mocking the Trinity, Tim. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a racetrack? You ever seen a racetrack?
Yeah, I got the Kentucky Derby here.
It's a constant racetrack. Mine's the same, except it's under construction.
I must have. I'm not even looking at Yolanda. If that was the case, Kelly, I'd be charging rent. So that's for sure.
Yeah.
Jody Jenkins, when you meditate, surely you're visioning something while you're sitting in silence. Yeah. It usually shows advertisement links.
It'll show you. It'll show you stuff, and that, and sometimes what it'll do is it'll show you stuff in sometimes in symbolisms, and this is a question of getting to know the symbolisms. Like if you ever found a white feather, okay, lying around your house, okay, and that's a symbol of love and strength.
Really?
That love and strength and prosperity. In other words, something beautiful, and that.
How do you know what's what?
What's what? I mean, when it comes to the meditation stuff, and that, like I said, speaking to another psychic medium, one that knows what they're talking about, and that see what they can do is they can help you interpret these different symbolisms. If the message comes in the form of a symbolism, It can help interpret them, just like dreams and dream channeling. Okay, sometimes it's symbolic as well. And you've heard of dream interpreters, and that's what they do.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yeah. All right, Jody. Yes, dreams. Absolutely. Yeah, Kelly. My cousin's behind his close friend. I might have to evict him soon. I got the papers. I'll sign them and deliver them. Yes, you're not driving, but yes, we did go into the ditch. Unbelievable. Stacy, I meditate mindfulness with coloring. I start to color and it zones me into another world and bring connection. See, good. A lot of people cannot do that, Stace. So I'm very honored that you can do that. England Dirt Rodeo. Woo! When I get that nose itch, most all the time, I'm going to sleep. Feels like strands of cat fur on my nose and cheeks. Hello, I Talk Cryptids. Hello, everyone. Happy 4th of July. Welcome to the show. Jody, I like it here, Kelly. It's great. Yeah, never a dull moment, Jody. I assure you of that. Kelly, cousin is behind on his ghost rent and may have to evict him soon. See? Yeah. They're mocking the Trinity. Wouldn't they fear you calling on the Trinity? I do have the Trinity behind me, so I fear not. It says that in the Bible, fear not, 365 times. But yes, hello. Everybody say hello to you. All my favorite chit chats, yes. So, no, it's very interesting. Happy 4th, everybody. John Montana. Hello, John. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Hopefully you and Stacey's having a good time. Glad to have you drop in. So, yeah. But no, it's very interesting because a lot of people cannot meditate like that, Brian. It's hard.
Oh, I know. See, with meditation, it takes discipline. And that's something a lot of people struggle with. And I'd recommend in the morning, usually you could do a half an hour in the morning, but you could swing an hour, that's even better, but with no distractions. Okay, the time is between you and your spirit guide, guardian angel, whatever. And you'll find that if you do that in the morning, you'll be more positive, more energized for the day. And I found that out.
Jody wants to know, I'm a knower, but want to know why and how I already know what I know. So what does she mean by that?
I'm a knower, you don't know.
So if she already knows, right?
Well, the chances are, Jody, in that, I don't know if you've ever heard of thought transference, which is basically, like, I'll give you an example. I get to know something, and that normally I wouldn't think of. Okay, well, what it is my spirit guide. Okay, he gives me these thoughts or this knowledge in my head. And I think, oh, okay, I didn't know that. So chances are, it could be your spirit guide, it could be a guardian angel, it could be a loved one in spirit that's giving you these thoughts or giving you this knowledge for whatever reason. Okay, that's known as thought transference. So that's the only thing that to me that makes any spiritual sense. or you don't know what to do with it. Usually what they'll do, if they tell you something but you do nothing about it, that's when you start thinking. No, you don't say it out loud. You go, okay, this you say it with your mind. Okay, I got this information. What do I do with it? What do you want me to do with it? What do you
Yeah,
want me
Stace, you're on the right feed. You're good, Stace. Everybody's on
No,
Stace.
Stacy, you're perfect.
Yeah, I stream on 15 platforms. Yeah, so and a whole bunch of other Facebook
Stingray!
groups. So yes. Now Stace wants to know: have we seen the reclassification of UFOs and UAPs? No, I did not. Did that come out today or something, Stace? Hey, Stingray, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
No, you're absolutely
So,
great advice, Stace. No problem with that.
but no, did they come out with the reclassification on UFO, Stace? Because I like to know that.
I don't know.
Brian, is it possible my cousin has taken over my body because I recently been acting in a really horrible mood?
You usually the only time that he could really enter into you, and that is when you're asleep. Because I know that because when he starts to get into your auric field, into your aura, that's when you tell him to back off. Okay, so what he can do is he won't go right into you, but he can do is go right beside you. Okay, he won't go into you. Okay, he'll go right beside you, but it will feel like the other. And if you find that if you start feeling agitated or angry or upset for no reason, just say, okay, Paul, push off, back off. You're too close to me. Okay, and this, but don't usually don't say it to him. Tell him, back off. Okay, you're too close. Okay, you're starting to your emotion is starting to affect me, and I don't like that unless I invite it.
That's interesting. Now, Sterling London would like to know why I ask a question or dream something important, I wake up before the answer is about to be given. Why is that?
That, I think it may because I think it maybe it's because either you weren't ready or prepared to give the full message, or something kind of cut you off, and that's him. Let's see, do if you get that dream again, a vision again, and that, or you might get distracted somehow. Sometimes a distraction will cut you off from the message. So I would say if you get that message again, and that try to remember as much as you can, and then maybe research it, and then you can find the tail end of the question or the message yourself.
Yeah, Stacy, Google, let me know because I would like to know. My memory's worse story the fish. So yes, Steve, crazy love. It's bro. Kelly Elliott says, "Tell him off all the time, but don't listen to me." Put your foot down, Kelly. You got to.
And Kelly, you gotta tell him who's boss. Okay, he's just a visitor, and that, but there are rules. If he don't abide by the rules, he'll be spiritually kicked out.
So
it's
yes,
tough.
absolutely. Yeah, can y'all hear the fireworks going off on my dead end street out in the country? Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the country, right?
Yeah, I am in the country. So here in a minute, you start hearing gunshots. Who rules the spirits?
Well, in my faith, and that God is the one that rules the spirits. He's the one that tells all the spirits what their roles are. Okay, like I'll give one example right now, and that my guide, okay, which is my wife's father, okay, when he was down here, he was fantastic with children. He loves helping people, and that, and he loved helping whatever way he could. Unfortunately, he passed, before his time. He had a bad stroke, but he found out that as soon as he went to heaven and he spent time, he found out that he had been given the responsibility of becoming a spirit guide to his little girl's husband. And he found out, he goes, "Oh, and lovely! I get to see my daughter again." So it was kind of a win-win. And that, so, so he found, so, um, in my guide's case, he was a father, went to heaven, came back as a spirit guide. And when I pass, he'll come back to the earth and I'll be a spirit guide. So we reversing roles. See, it depends on your spiritual agenda.
It's very interesting. Now, Rebecca, I actually have put my foot down. I have done my spiritual cleansing with the dolls, and that has calmed them down. But they do ramp up. So as long as they're not now I'm sounding like Biden. I know that's not funny, ladies and gentlemen, but
That's easy for you to say.
Mabelling it. I can't even say it. As long as they're not evil, I'm all right. But they are tricksters. Brian's validated it along with some of the other ones. Jackie is a trickster.
And they can hear you. You know the fireworks that you're hearing outside?
Yes.
They can hear it.
Right?
Well. They can hear it.
So, Kill Elliott, I was the same. Even the air smelled like home. Yes. You threaten them with holy water? Hell yeah. I threatened them with holy water on the air and actually doused them with holy water on the air and called them nasty names on the air. I thought, yeah, you should have watched that show. It scared me that bad.
Full of holy water.
So, was you watching that one, Crazy Witch, when I called them SOBs and all kinds of words and threw holy water everywhere? So, yeah, I called them B words and everything. That's not like me. So, yes, I don't make threats. I actually did it. So, no water around here, Stingray.
For some reason, I have cats surrounding my house, probably to get rid of something negative. Okay, now, these cats, are they inside the house or outside the house? Spirit. The spirit.
The spirit that is picking his mortal life, gentlemen, the void before memory has been suppressed. Why does this happen and the repercussion for spirit doing so, but rare, but if it happens? Sounds like you have a past life regression there. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, like you have the memory of something that was not done. You wanted to get done, and it's kind of eating at you, but it's something from the past. So yeah, I definitely agree with Grizzly there.
Jody Jenkins, yes. Stace, there was a way to identify the difference between flying phenomenon that U.S. aircraft have, and got the capacity technology. Oh, you talking UFOs or UAPs? Yeah, that's been out for a little while. I don't know why they changed it. It's the same thing. The
past life.
Yeah. Brian, I have a question. What did I do in my past life? What did Kelly do in her past life?
I'm getting that something that all I'm getting, Kelly, is the hitting of iron. That's all I can hear is the hitting of iron. So I don't know if you're an ironsmith or something like that. But that's all I'm getting right now is the hitting of iron.
Interesting.
And but if I get any more, I'll let you know. But
Jody
tell me,
Jenkins,
guys, are
can you?
please help me out.
Yeah, help me out. Jody's asking.
Okay, Jody. I'm just asking. I'm asking my guide that, and to me, it feels like you might have more than one guide, and that, but I feel that they are related to you somehow. I feel a relation, and that. So I'd say the best thing to do, meditation, get them to come to you, and they'll introduce themselves to you.
Oh, I must have been a real yeah in my life
Yeah,
because I
past
swear
life.
karma's fighting me in the booty right now. Oh,
Well, wait. Well, actually, did you know that you may feel like you're being punished for something that you did in the past life, but that can actually be reversed. Okay, it can actually be taken from something being bad to something good. You see, we all make choices in this life. If we choose to do, instead of what you're always thinking that you're doing wrong, do right instead. Okay, so basically, what you're doing is you're uh, I can't think of the right term. You're making your own penance, if that makes any sense. And then, so if you feel like you're being punished, okay, for past life, okay, that's in the past. Nowadays, by doing more good, you think, okay, I've learned my mistakes. I'm doing good now.
Holy Water, New England Dirt Roadie. You can get it from any Catholic church. All you got to do is call around and ask. I'll let you bring your own containers. Kelly Elliott, funny you should say that. When I look at my family tree, some of my family did some kind of making furniture, some kind of iron working, making horseshoes.
Okay, like I said, I heard the iron, bang, bang.
Wow, Jody Jenkins, not learn your lessons, LOL. Interesting. You take a pot of water and boil it and the hell out of it. There you go. That's one way to make holy water. I love it here so much.
Well, we love you too, Jody. And never be afraid to ask.
There already wants information on holy water. Yeah, the holy water I give and do with my spiritual kits have bleach water in it because the Catholic Church from Lexington, Kentucky, had to put bleach water or bleach in the water because of COVID. Yeah, so all my water, I have it by the gallons.
So at the time, life was a real bleach.
Yeah. So yeah, my holy water I send out. Do not put in people's drinks or food because they do get sick. Jonah Jenkins, I love to do my family tree. Kelly's like, wow. Kelly's like, I'm in. Allowed to be weird. Yeah, this is a safe place. You can do what you want here, Kelly or Jody. I'm in Texas. So Kimberly, welcome to the show, Kimberly. It's one of my spirit guides, my best friend, Sandra, who passed away in a car accident where we're in.
Okay, if you and if you and your friend were very, very close, almost like sisters in a way, and that she could be coming back, and that as your spirit guide because of your kinship. Okay, if you're very close in life, you're going to be very close in spirit. So I would say that the strong probability that your best friend is now your spiritual guide. It's a very good possibility. And matter of fact, Kimberly, I would recommend you, if you don't do meditation, but because you know her name, call her by name, and that will validate if she's spiritual guide or not. But there's a very strong probability that yes. Oh, and she's been given that task of being your guide, and that through all the time you're on the earth plane.
Kelly Elliott. On my family tree, I also found that one in the family had a disability. I'm not sure what it is. You know, Brian, what it is? A little girl or a little boy?
Well, on the land, well, the only children that I'm aware of at the moment is a little girl. But as you said, as you know, as part of the land, that's this residual memory. But I might be wrong, and I'm just going by gut feeling. Is I'm getting a little I'm getting a little boy with some kind of pediment that is in your family tree, but way back. Okay, a guy just told me that he had an ailment then that can be tended to nowadays, and that so basically, what can be taken care of very I can't say very easily, but can be attended to nowadays. Back then, they had no knowledge of. That's all my guy's telling me.
Stace. Just to let you know, Brian just had cheesecake before he was on the show.
No, that was
So
strawberry
there's nothing wrong.
shortcake.
Oh, I'm sorry. Strawberry shortcake. Yeah. All right.
Hey,
I do apologize. I was wrong.
hey, I love the other one too.
I do too. But feeling's never wrong. No, Jody. I think I think you're an empath. I think that you have some abilities that need to be open. I think that somebody in your family has abilities that you know about. I think that the abilities have been passed down to you. So I'd like you to elaborate that for us in the comments. Kimberly, you guys are awesome. So glad I stumbled upon you. Well, thank you. I mean, I hit the wrong button. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Make sure and like, subscribe, and follow us. We do all different types of shows. You never know what we're going to have on. Standing Stones. This is Haunted Big Times. 140 men died and collapsed there. In your house? That is not good. No one found out about the tunnel after I left. Well, that was interesting. Now, that would scare me. Kelly, do you know what happened to him?
At the time,
the child you're talking about that?
I'll let you know.
Let's see here. Stingray, thanks for the compliment. Never say that about any of you. I know you would, Stingray. Let's see here. I went in there and walked a quarter mile and came back. It was creepy. I couldn't do it. I love Shortcake Tuesdays. Jody, absolutely. Kelly, you mentioned about the little girl that comes in my room. It's freezing cold. See, now that would freak me out.
Yeah, you see, the reason why it's so cold is because she's taking energy. See, it might be that little girl. It might not. It's hard to say because from what my guy's telling me that little girl goes through, and then it's just a reenactment. Okay, that she's actually not there, like as a spirit person. It's just residual. It's a memory, like a tape replay. But yeah, no, I can't talk. Like a tape replay. Does little girl have a message for me?
So,
no, it's just a memory in that. But if she was there, I seriously doubt she'd even see the house. All she would see what she remembers.
So Jody just says, I've always known, very empathic. Yeah, usually the case after complex PTSD.
Yeah.
Mom's side of family, quite witchy. Witchy. Yeah. I knew it. Kelly says, does the little girl have a message for me? Kelly wants to know.
No, it says that little girl is just residual. Like there's no interaction with. I can't communicate with her unless she comes forward. And but when it comes to the thing about yes, Jody, I feel that you are a a strong empath. And in fact, you might be a natural empath. And that. Now, you said witchy. Well, don't forget, being a witch or Wicca is just a religion. Okay. And there are some witches out there that are also empaths. Okay. Very strong ones. And they can also be mediums as well. And that. So it sounds like you have sensitive people in your family tree, and you're one of them. Okay, you also have a gift, like all the rest of your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, premonitions. Yeah, I've had a few, but I know some people that have premonitions on a daily basis, and they're about 99.9% dead on. And that best thing to do is to learn more about. Actually, I have a. If you're an empath, I have a group on Facebook. It's called Empaths Are Us Support for Empaths. Okay, if you like, join that group, and you can actually learn more about your gift. And we also have a support system as well.
Stacey says, I am an empath, a psychic intuitive, and a spiritual medium. I knew she was.
Hey, that's even
She was
better.
not telling the whole truth. She was testing the waters to see if we would find out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
You see, you've inherited that from different relatives, and I feel, Stace, that your gifts go back. I feel to possibly the late 1600s or something like that. How do you discover that? Basically, by interacting with your spirit guides, they'll give you more insight. Fourth generation, there you go. Hey, I'll grab
Thank Crazy Witch.
I'll grab that link to Facebook page very quickly.
Rebecca wants to know why you're doing that. Why would a spirit whisper your name loudly?
To get your attention, especially if they're tried to get your attention. They do get a little bit frustrated, only until you start. They get your attention. Fine, that's good. Then they want you to get the message.
So you had a near-death experience, NDE, Jody. That's okay. Let me copy this link here from Brian.
Oh, just when I was three by accident. Yeah, I did. That's definitely a near-death thing, and because of what happened, in a way, you actually left the physical body temporarily, and then they sent you back. But I feel that they've increased your sensitivity, and ever since then, you see, it's kind of like you're given a second chance, but the second chance is going to be even greater, and that is just a question of how you control that gift.
Fireworks, standing stones. I'm on a dead end street out in the country. You're getting ready to hear a bunch of gunshots go off here in a minute. That's what you hear, all that pounding. So goes back to my great grand and her sister, possibly before that, the gifts, the generation. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of people I found out through my spiritual journey in the book that I'm writing with the comes from people with abilities. I've noticed it goes through generations. Traumatic events through lives, near-death experiences. So yes, it's very interesting. Very interesting.
Oh yeah.
So it's very interesting. Yes.
And I'd love to see how people respond and react to these type of things, because sure, it may be confusing, might be scary, might be unnerving for them because they don't really understand it. until someone with a physical and spirit explains to them, okay, you now have a special gift, or you've always had a special gift, but it kind of got heightened, and now it's your job to nurture that gift.
Yeah, I got gutter guards, but still, but yeah. Hello, Facebook user. Welcome to the show. Well, hopefully everybody has a happy 4th of July. And
Yeah, happy 4th of July, all of my American friends.
What in the world? But hopefully everybody has a happy 4th of July and tune in for all of tomorrow's shows, especially about the dolls. That's going to be interesting. And so, yeah.
What time would that be?
4 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll play the video that I recorded before this show and see what happens. But yes, and we'll go from there. But happy 4th of July, everybody. And we'll talk to you all soon. And you all be safe. And we'll catch you on the flip side. And Godspeed, everybody. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.